which wasted lots of time. But in the real exam, my sheer goal was just when I was practicing it, I couldn't really complete it within an hour, especially. I think that helped me a lot. This method helped me internalize both the language and structure and made it much easier to remember and apply them into my writing. Great question. How can I stay calm and focused during the test? That's a great question. Stay calm and focused. So how I booked this exam was quite dramatic. I'm gonna unpack the story behind my first exam booking process. As I said, I decided to become a teacher here. My visa is going to expire in October. I have to apply to school by July. In order to submit my application, I needed IELTS score. I needed this. So the deadline was the latest July. That was the latest. I mean, it would have been seriously super devastating if I had to go back to Korea because I couldn't pass IELTS, right? Or if I passed it too late, nightmare. So that was the deadline. I started to practice IELTS officially by the end of March. So April and May, I dedicated my whole energy and time. Work, study, sleep. Anyway, I was under pressure, obviously. I practiced it for 2 months. I was on the phone with my best friend living in Canada. I told her that I really want to pass it, but I don't feel like I'm ready. I don't feel like I'm prepared, because by the time for writing task, you have to complete two academic writing. One describing chart. It could be one chart or two chart or a process. And second, presenting your opinion academically. You have to do that. For task 1, minimum 150 words. For task 2, minimum 250 words. You have to do that, including that total 400 words. You have to do that within an hour. What a pressure, right? Just like me explaining it right now. I don't have to do it, but still like very stressful. When I was practicing it, I couldn't really complete it within an hour, especially task 2, because you know that you have to do it, you have to write it in a certain way academically. So I kind of write it once, and then maybe it's better to paraphrase it this way. Maybe I should use advanced vocabulary. Maybe this is better, like trying out experimenting different sentences, which wasted lots of time. But in the real exam, my sheer goal was just write 250 words. You can do whatever. Just write, Rory, just do it. Don't overthink. You don't even have time to overthink. And like even like when I was practicing it, like here and there brainstorming, what should I write, like contemplating. I do think, because it's mostly societal issues or across many different topics: environment, politics, it can be education issues or technological progress or whatnot, like many, it can be anything. So I did often contemplate, wow, okay, yeah, or impressed by the questions, because it like inspired me in some way. But in the real exam, you don't have time to be inspired, but like feel anything, just write. And for task 1 as well, no time to analyze, just describe it. And then thankfully I did it, that I couldn't do when I was practicing it. I didn't dare to book an exam, but my friend said, Rory, you really want to settle in New Zealand, you really like that, you really want to become a teacher, then why don't you, she doesn't really curse normally, but why don't you just do it? And I said, I'm not quite used to hearing curse, but it just felt like, right, yeah. And also their exam fee is quite expensive, $460. So you can, it's not just, oh, let me give it a try. You can't possibly do that. $460. But she said, just give it a try. People take it at least 3 times. I would take it at least. She was born in Korea but moved to the US when she was 6, now living in Canada. But then she also took it to go to school and because of her visa condition or whatever. But she also took it several times. So maybe, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, even native speakers have to do it several times. Why can I? Yeah, I'm just gonna go and see. And while I was on the phone with her, I booked it. Because I knew how often I give into this interfering thought, unnecessary doubt, and what if, again, what if thought. I didn't even complete this blah blah blah. Or what if I can do it? Oh, I don't know. I have no idea what to write. Oh, what should I? This like tangle thought. I just told myself before the exam, they will come up. You will obviously feel nervous. You will obviously feel under pressure. Supernatural, but you have a choice whether to react or respond or even observe. They're not you. They're just sensations in your mind. And you feeling nervous is so natural because you want to pass it. And there is something you really want to do. And then I know sooner you pass it, the better it is. But what you want to do is just genuinely don't give into such thought and feelings. Just observe them. They will arise. Oh my gosh, what about? I don't know what to write. I wish I have ChatGPT here. Let them pass through you. They will go away. This is just the first attempt. Just take it. Don't overthink. You don't have to pass it. I think that helped me a lot. That took lots of pressure off this statement. You don't have to pass it now. It's not the end of the world. Even if you can pass it, that's okay. You can take it again. I feel like if you apply too much force and intention, that's very pressure cooker. That will cause a counterproductive effect. You don't have to pass it. Just do your best. Be genuine with yourself. Maybe, what would you say if your friend is struggling with IELTS? What would you say if your friend is under pressure, under the same amount of pressure that you're feeling now? Would you like force your friends, like, no, you have to pass it? No, you don't want to say that. I really feel you if you're feeling heavy, stressed, like alone. Yeah, I'm here. You're definitely not alone. You will eventually get there. It will just take some time and your genuineness, your hard work, but you will eventually do it. I really want to be there for you guys. Don't tell yourself that you have to pass it. Tell yourself that it's okay. You may not like hearing you can do it because you feel like I cannot do it. You cannot do it, that's okay. You just go and try how it goes. It can also be a great practice, life practice. Zoom out a little bit. Zoom out. Not zooming in, zoom out. It's just part of life. In general concerns, the last question, what was your daily, weekly study routine like? A bit chilly, just put on a jumper. Another different thing here in New Zealand is that there is no ondo, the floor heating system, so my landlord said it's electricity can be quite expensive. They don't really turn heater on. But anyway, I am working as a program manager at Skits. It's a company running after school programs, so there are many sites at each school, and my school is just 5-minute drive away. I work in the morning and the afternoon, total around 6 hours a day. So I go to work at 7 and then come back around 9ish. So I wake up early and then I do my own thing till 2, and then I go back to work and I come back around 7ish. So that's like in the afternoon is perfect time to study. The morning and afternoon from 9 to 2. During that time, I usually completed reading section, a whole reading section and writing section. Ideally, 2 sections in a row, but I couldn't really do that in the first month. Yes, second month, I did try, but still very hard. It is hard for everyone, but basically I did that every single day for 2 months. I didn't socialize. I didn't meet anyone, really. And on the weekend, I did that twice. 2 reading sections and 2 writing sections. Therefore, like, because in one section there's 3 passages and 40 questions. I did each reading and writing in a row. Sometimes I couldn't do that in a row. Your brain is frying, feels like it's going to explode, and like having to memorize. It's not just practicing those, but also you want to memorize some phrases. Whenever I practice writing, I complete both task 1 and 2, then ask ChatGPT for feedback and evaluation. Then it gives you a really well organized feedback along with estimated scores. In the beginning, I think I used to get around 6.0 to 6.5 or even lower than that. But over time, my scores improved to 6.5 or 7.0. Sometimes if the topics are related to my interest, then I'll get like 7.5 even. From my personal opinion, I think ChatGPT's estimated scores are slightly lower than the scores that you would get in a real exam, hopefully, so that you can get it higher. I also asked ChatGPT to rewrite my essay into a Band 8 version. And this version keeps my original ideas intact, but enhances the wording and structure, because it uses more advanced and academic expressions. Then I copy and paste the revised version into my Notion page, and I read it carefully and compare it with my original writing. I would highlight, underline, and bold the words and phrases I want to remember, and then make flashcards on Quizlet. Quizlet, I cannot emphasize more enough. Quizlet is so important. It was so essential in my writing practices. Because academic writing is, I'm sure academic writing is challenging for even native speakers, because it requires vocabulary and sentence structures that are actually rarely used in everyday conversation. So since you don't really use it when you talk, they don't really stick. So to overcome this, we just have to memorize. So I create flashcards using these polished sentences with blanks in place of the complex vocabulary. It was incredibly helpful for me to internalize both the language and the structure. There is a Quizlet app. You can access it on your phone. It made it much, much easier to remember and apply them into my writing.